Hi everyone, welcome to the SuperClashBros, a podcast where we take a deep dive into the horror stories of Reddit and discuss the things that truly go bump in the night. My name is Trey, and I will be your guide through the strange and unexplainable this evening. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Trey, and today I'm joined once again by my co-host Connor. Today I'll be narrating the story. Tonight's story comes from the subreddit Paranormal, and is submitted by user uniquestarss, and the title is Be Careful What You Wish For When at the Cemetery. So this happened back in 2019, around November 2nd, I believe. Also, this is 100% true, though not sure if this was just a coincidence or what. So back in 2019, I was pretty much depressed the whole year. Not really suicidal, but let's just say I stopped wearing a seatbelt, smoked twice as many cigarettes as I have normally, and didn't care much about my well-being for the most part. Due to this depression and things getting worse mentally, I did a lot of dumb things supernatural-wise. I've always known not to speak to the dead, knowing that when you speak to one spirit, the rest can hear you as well. I've always been extremely superstitious and believe in the paranormal/supernatural 100,000%. Anyways, I live next to a huge cemetery and drive by it every day since it's right across from my neighborhood. Due to my superstitions and believing that the dead can do things us humans aren't capable of, each day I would scream out of the window when passing the cemetery begging for one of the spirits to get me in a car accident. This habit started on November 2nd, I believe, so I did that each day while driving past the cemetery. Lo and behold, November 6th, I was driving to work at about 4:30 a.m. I go the same way every day and was coming up to a red light. Out of nowhere, and I kid you not, this was literally out of fucking nowhere, I heard a loud honk from behind me and was rear-ended by one of those big white RG&E trucks that fix telephone poles and stuff. Since I was at the red light, it basically pushed my car forward into the middle of the intersection, and once again, out of nowhere, I was T-boned by some random-ass old man in a van with his wife. I was driving an '05 Nissan Sentra at the time, and it was completely wrecked. Literally demolished, and I had not one scratch on me at all. My knees were extremely bruised, and I have no idea how that happened, but that was pretty much it. This also happened literally on the main road coming out of my neighborhood, about a mile down from the cemetery. There are never any cars this early in the morning. Maybe one, but even that's rare for the most part. Also, while I was talking to the old man, they lived in a town literally 40 fucking minutes away, and were driving to the park. The whole story is so weird, and it honestly kind of creeps me out, but yeah. It was an extremely bad financial situation also, and I was stuck without a car for quite a bit. When I was driving by the cemetery begging to be in an accident, I meant that I wanted it to be fatal. So I think whichever spirit heard me or whatever wanted to mess with me or something. I don't know. Take it as you will. Maybe this was an extremely weird coincidence, but if not, always remember to be careful what you wish for when speaking to the dead. What do you think about that?
I mean, if you're a very superstitious person and you're not suicidal, why would you tempt fate in such a way?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Well, like... I like how they at the beginning of the story they say that they're not suicidal, but then at the end they're like, yeah, I wanted it to be fatal. And I'm like, well, it sounds like you crossed like a spectrum there at some point within 4 days.
They want to die. They want to die, but they don't want to do it themselves.
Right. I mean, like I've struggled with depression on and off. Like I can say that I've never been to the point that I've wanted to actually kill myself, but I have joked around about it. Not to like take that away from anybody who is, suffering from depression, does feel suicidal.
It's a coping mechanism for some to make fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, like I very much like dark humor. That's kind of how I've always been. And so like, there are times at work where I'll just be like, fucking kill me now, But I think that's kind of normal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
However, I will say, like, I've never driven by a cemetery and been like, fucking take me away, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I'm not a superstitious person, but even I think it's weird, and it makes me feel uncomfortable to like say out loud, like, "Oh, just kill me," just you know, and be serious about it. I guess it's weird. You know those people that like they manifest things into existence by saying it over and over and over and over again, right? Maybe there's some credibility to that where this person has said it every single day and they didn't really say an intent of like, oh, put me in a car accident that's going to kill me. And, maybe as fate would have it, you got what you asked for eventually.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what this person needed to scare them straight in a way too. They lost their car and were in a financial bind, which absolutely sucks, but they had a brush with death and made it out unscathed relatively. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of question though, because like it says that they were left without a car, and it's like, did
Mm-hmm.
you not have insurance on your car? Like,
Oh,
so
probably not.
like obviously like the telephone company truck is the reason for the accident to begin with. So like they should pay for your car,
Mm-hmm.
and then like obviously like you got T-boned by the other person, so like I guess technically that's your fault. So like your
Mm-hmm.
insurance would then pay for their car, but like you should still end up getting a car out of it. You would think in most cases, especially if it's like a company vehicle that caused it.
Yeah, and
Um,
unless it just took a while for it to
yeah, that's
to
true.
pay out,
Yeah,
and
when I
so
mean, yeah, when my car got totaled way back when, it took like a month, and that part was just like a miscommunication on their part because they told me that I couldn't get a rental until um, like the quote or whatever came back, and it took them a month to get the quote, and they were
mm,
like, "Oh no, we were supposed to give you a rental during the duration of that," and so
yeah.
like I was walking to work the whole time, but then they just tacked on like the amount of money that they would have spent on the rental and like cut me a check for that, so that was cool.
Okay.
And they fucking like it was a shitbox Mazda, and it was probably worth like $500, and they gave me like 3,500 for it, so that was cool too.
Yeah, I remember that car.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a
Yeah.
lemon from the get
Oh
go.
yeah, dude. Well, I mean, fuck, I was what like in my late teens, early
Or
20s, so
yeah.
it was a decade ago at this point.
But yeah, I don't know why this person would have done that. It seems like what they're saying is kind of contrarian in a
Mhm.
way, at least to me. But
Yeah, I will say like part of this story that I think is funny and weird is the old couple lived 40 minutes away and we're driving to the park at 4:30 in the morning.
it is
Like
strange.
I know like old people wake up early,
Yeah.
but like goddamn, like my grandparents when they were still around, like they would wake up early, but like it'd be like 6 in the morning, like 5:30, 6 in the morning. I can't imagine if they lived 40 minutes away. That means they were waking up at like 3 in the morning, getting ready and like hitting the road. And like that's it
Hmm.
just seems strange for an elderly couple.
Yeah, and I wonder, they didn't really say what happened. Why did the truck slam into
Right?
them?
Yeah. And like it was honking their horn, so like I don't know,
Like, did
maybe
the
the
brakes
brakes,
go
like
out? Like,
who knows?
I don't know. I'm one of those people that I'm not a very, I think anybody who's watched this SpookyCast for a while has realized I'm not a very superstitious person to begin with,
Hmm.
but I don't I don't tend to tempt fate
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
I'm someone who has very bad luck in life, and I feel like if I tempt fate enough, my bad luck is going to catch up to me.
Right? Yeah.
You know?
It's yeah. Like I'm the same way. Like I don't necessarily believe in the supernatural, but like I'm not gonna go out and play with a Ouija board or like try to summon a demon. Like
I've literally been like upset or frustrated a few times, and I've been like, ah, freaking kill me, right? You know, something like that. And then I'll like a few minutes later, I'll be like, I guess not. Actually, you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll say that out loud so that I unmanifest that negative energy. You know? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I like. Do I think that people can speak things into existence? Sure. I think that it's a coincidence, but if you have a negative outlook on something for so long, like of course something negative is going to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not to like make light of any situation that anybody is going through, but I don't know. Yeah, I think like if
the more negative you are, you tend to draw more negativity to you.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, little depressing in there. Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us on this one tonight, guys. If you have any stories you'd like to submit, you can do so via our email, which is scspookycast@gmail.com. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of our content. We've got another podcast and some gaming videos that we do. But other than that, we hope that you have a safe and spooky night, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.